You fool.
And we're back.
Still
Christ.
don't know how to do. You just still don't know how to do an audio sync collab.
Christ.
What are you?
You also gotta keep in mind too is I can't see you, so
I shan't see you.
oh my god. So yeah, we're back.
We're back and better than ever.
Yeah.
In Hunni Bunni 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Honey Bunny 2, the honey stroke's back.
Hunni Bunni 2, Revengeance.
Vengeance. Honey Bunny Resurrection.
And now she's pissed.
Honey Bunny versus Jason Statham. I don't know. I'm just shitting out anything at this point.
Hunni Bunni 3 is Hunni Bunni 3 is a what what was it? What was the line from Rambo 3? Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh,
Hunni Bunni 3 is dedicated to the brave Mujahideen fighters.
Honey Bunny 3 and Knuckles.
Hunni Bunni versus Jason.
Honey Bunny versus Jake. God. Honey Bunny versus Ash versus Jason versus Freddy.
Versus a guy named Steve.
Who's Steve? I don't know.
Chicken jockey.
Chicken Jackie. Fuck off.
Oh, you gotta blow up a building now. Wee.
All around me are familiar faces, worn out places.
I actually prefer the original '80s version of that song.
Oh, you mean where it's like, all around me are familiar faces?
No, it's like
You mean
way
that one?
way more upbeat, and it's a lot faster. It's like all around me are familiar faces, one out there.
I could do either one, honestly, but
Right.
because of Gears of War, like the other one lives in my head the most.
Why is it that all of the famous like British bands that came out of the '80s all have insanely weird accents?
Up the go.
Talk about the weather. I love Tears for Fears.
Oh, they're great. It was a great band.
They started their band at like the age of 16.
Yeah, and they were already like millionaires by the time they were 20.
Yeah, and then, they were
Egos.
like, yeah, I'm going to do my own thing now.
And did they have any success doing that?
One of them kind of did.
Hmm. You know, one thing that blew my mind about bands was, I mean, this kind of makes sense given his main career now, but like, I do find it funny how Rob Zombie as a singer kind of happened by freak accident.
He's like a cartoonist, isn't he?
He's like a cartoonist. He makes films. Yeah, like, but I think because his true passion is like making movies, but like, you know,
Yeah.
he was also a singer. So I guess technically you don't have to limit yourself to like one career path.
He's
So,
another one of those guys that, like, can't read sheet music.
oh really?
Yeah, he can't read sheet music. The Beatles, like, a good half of them couldn't read sheet music. Um, Michael Jackson couldn't read sheet music and famously beatboxed all of his songs and then gave it to like professional like recording artists and was like, make it sound like this.
Yeah.
Because they found that out because of a court case.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, somebody was like, I think Michael Jackson stole like my song and turned it into Billie Jean or whatever, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, no, I beatbox everything," and he's like, "And this is where the," and you're like, "What? That's
Wow.
how
And
you
he did
make
it.
all of your songs?"
I mean, hey, whatever works. I mean, people have weird, like, fucked up, like, workflows. So you know, at work, like the way I go about remembering things when I make a mistake is I come up with like a stupid like catchphrase. So I'll give you an example, and I'm going to try and be as vague as I can. There's a thing called like rockfall where it's like an exception, so you can't do it. It's like a brand basically. So what I do, I say to myself, "Can you smell what rockfall's cooking?" So that's how I remember not to do that.
Yeah. Oh, like a mnemonic or a symphonic thing
Pretty much, yeah.
where you can go like, who wrote William the whatever? It's like, William Shakespeare. And then
Yeah.
you remember that it's William Shakespeare because it's like so stupid that you can't forget it.
William Shakespeare's, yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? Whatever works, honestly. Like, if that's how you get about life and that works for you, like, go for it. Providing that, it's not harmful to others. But,
Yeah. The
yeah,
only way
no.
that I can remember how to do my job is if I light my pubes on fire and then do crack. It's like, okay, I think
Yeah, yeah.
that might be a little bit much. The guy, I think you need to
Light my pubes on fire so I don't forget.
light my pubes on fire and then smoke
That sounds
crack.
like a song. I light my pubes on fire. Oh,
My
yeah. Don't I? I mean, it's.
my pubes are on fire. My
Wait,
pubes
don't
are
have.
on fire.
I think I have family that's going to be listening to this. They're going to be like, why are you talking about lighting your pubes on fire?
Oh, pff. You were assuming that they even made it to this point.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like Adventure Time. We just go whoopity whoopity in the first 10 minutes. Everyone leaves, and then we just start talking about the worst things ever.
Oh God, when you told me about Adventure Time, because we watched episode one, and then it's like, oh yeah, yeah, they make the first episode unbearable, so parents will walk out the room, and then it's like, okay, Finn, I'm gonna put in some explosive diarrhea. Ah, that's great. Now these people won't become zombies; they'll become like fit and healthy like you. And it's just him being a chest going, oh.
Yeah, the first 15 seconds of every episode of Adventure Time is by design made to make parents leave the room
Yeah.
so that way it can turn into an Adult Swim show.
I'm gonna turn my back and have my. What is it? I'm gonna have my back
I'm gonna
turned and
stand
my
by this.
defenses lowered.
I'm gonna stand by this creepy crypt with my back turned. My defense is lowered. Don't squeeze me, I'll fart.
There was one episode that like made me laugh where it begins with like Finn like licking like a log or something. It's like there's like just really like close up. It's like that's how it starts.
I think my favorite ending to an Adventure Time episode is when the little tiny elephant lady just explodes, and then everyone, to include like the monster that they were fighting, are like, oh, oh, oh.
Come
She's like,
along with me.
yeah, we're gonna get you to that apple. She bites into the apple. She has like a frown, and they're like, is everything all right? Does it not taste good? And then she just explodes.
Yeah. Come along with me.
That are like the train episode where it's like,
Oh, with the
I think there's
murder.
a murderer on this train. The light switches off, and then it's just a skeleton there.
Yeah, yeah. That one like blew my mind. I was like, wow, it's just a flat out murder mystery, huh?
The way it was done was really fun.
All of my
Out of
collections.
all of the episodes that comes back because they do the murder mystery, but inside the mansion.
They do. I
Yeah,
did see that. Yeah.
yeah. Then it was like, oh yeah. How'd you do the ghost? What do you mean the ghost? Yeah, the ghost in the study. We didn't make a ghost in the study. And then it just
Hmm.
zooms in on his face.
Yeah, yeah.
Man,
You know, just need to make a text.
Jake's children are ugly.
You know, when you told me ahead of time that he was going to have kids, my brain thought that it was going to be like, oh, they're probably just going to be like the mom, where it's like, a rainbow, a rainicorn, but like with a dog's head, which one of them is. But then you have like There's the one that like creeps me out is the one that pretty much has like an asshole for a face.
Yes. Well, I keep telling people it's like a atomic a post-apocalyptic show. So yeah, they have freak radioactive babies,
Yeah,
which
it's
is really weird.
yeah. I do find it hilarious. I do find it a stroke of genius though. That because with him being like a dad, you think to yourself, oh, I guess that means it's over for him and Finn, which. They do actually mention that, but because they age like significantly fast, they do that thing which is really clever. Where it's like, yeah, I guess they're technically older than me, which means that you and I could just, keep hanging out, I guess. It's just like, so the status quo just doesn't change.
The classic cartoon status quo,
Yeah.
my favorite.
Come along
I
with
think the
me.
best status quo is probably Ed, Ed and Eddie, though.
Oh, yeah, what's that one?
Every single episode, like it starts with them doing a scam, and then then they see somebody doing something, and then say to themselves, "You know what? I think we can do an even better scam than the one that we're currently mucking up." So then they get
Mm,
really close to actually scamming everybody, and then one of the Eds just messes it up,
yeah.
and then the cycle repeats itself until the movie, and then the movie is one of the best finales of something ever.
God. You know what kind of blows my mind about these like cartoons is that, as a kid, we were kind of like, we had to just like rely on the TV to show these things. But like now that we're adults and we have the internet, we can just watch it. But the thing is, it's like, we're adults, so we're probably not going to go out our way to watch these now. But just the idea that we have everything accessible, it's like it's kind of funny to me in a way because I was like kind of crying that I could like watch this whenever I could.
I think the other thing is that's not entirely true because
Hmm?
Disney did something really goofy recently.
Oh, what happened?
So there was a movie called Togo. It's a movie with William Defoe or Willem
Hmm.
Defoe. There we go. Willem Dafoe plays like the sled driver that like gets the diphtheria medicine to Nome, Alaska.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's like Togo is the dog that did most of the shit, and then like Balto is the one that did like the last 50 miles.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I know what this is. Okay, come on, carry on.
Yeah, so like Disney made a movie about Togo.
That's cool.
Disney made a movie about Togo, and it's not like every movie has like inaccuracies, but it's actually fairly on point. And then they have a streaming service, but because the movie didn't do well and no one was really watching it, they removed it from the streaming service. Said that they weren't going to have it anywhere else, and then just wrote it off as a tax write-off.
Oh, so officially you just can't watch this then?
Officially, you cannot watch it anymore. And man, it would be really bad if you went to Walmart and bought a copy.
That's probably the first time in a long time that I've heard of like a film in a modern. Well, then again, we live in a world where digital shit can just disappear. But like the fact that like they've just officially just like removed it, it's it kind of reminded me when 28 Years Later got announced, and I found out that did you know for the longest time you couldn't buy any like DVD copies of 28 Days Later like brand new.
Hmm.
That was actually out of print for a long time, and it was only just recently with the hype of the new film that they actually printed them again.
It's another thing that I mean, there's a lot of examples of shows just not going anywhere, or movies. That there was that Batgirl show
Oh yeah.
where they saw how the one Batwoman show is going, and they were like, you know what? We're not just. We filmed the whole thing. We filmed the whole thing, and it's edited, so it's done. And we're
Yeah.
just not gonna. We're not gonna post it. We're not gonna put it out there.
Right. You know for a fact that that's like sitting on a drive somewhere just waiting to get leaked.
That's a like. I think that's like a scam or something. That has to be. Nobody like spends $14 million or $14 to $20 million on something and then says, "Yeah, no, we're not gonna."
It just seemed kind of like bizarro to me that that's the case. Yeah.
I mean, it's a It's a risk reward thing. What if it? Okay, what if like the 5 or 6 people online said it sucks, but then everybody else still watches it anyways? Like chicken jock, you
But you see,
know?
that's the thing too, because like I don't know how it works behind the scenes. Like if people love something, like especially later on in life, like they just don't seem. It's like the company themselves don't seem to care. So like, a lot of people praise Treasure Planet now, but like a lot of people seem to like it now, but they're never going to give that thing a chance ever again. So and
Yeah,
like, so it's like, do they not want to like try at least to like make a show out of it? Because that is a really interesting world.
yeah. I honestly, Treasure Planet would have probably made a really good show. I think the
It's like,
one downside is that the budget for the show would have made the animation look like dog shit. I think a
yeah.
lot of people don't understand how important Avatar The Last Airbender was to animation for television
Hmm.
because okay, look at cartoons before that. There is about a handful of shows that are artistically as good as that came out of the states.
Yeah.
I mean, Japan, like the anime thing, like they had some shows that are insane, but you look at yeah, for instance, Ed and Eddie, that looked like a dookie.
Yeah.
The art direction of Samurai Jack was pretty good, but at the end of the day, he is a rectangle.
Yep, it's really goofy.
But then you see like Avatar, that or like another great example of a show that like hit way above its own weight limit was Batman the animated series. I think that that's probably some of the best Batman media
Probably, yeah.
because it condenses a lot of the comics and the writers make a lot of the plot lines way better.
God, it just popped in my head. Did you ever watch that really bad adaptation of The Killing Joke?
Don't remind me. Everyone was
That
like,
was
dude, look, we know that you like the comic book. Here's the movie. And I was like, I heard that this was bad. And then I started watching it and I was like, oh no, it's bad.
I was like, here's the thing. I've never read The Killing Joke, but even I knew that there was something wrong with that, especially the first half where they just like completely like farted just a new story out to it.
I mean, after this call, we could literally read it in like 30 minutes or less.
Oh, is it not that long?
It's a graphic novel. I think it's got like less than 100 pages.
Hmm. The Killing Joke, it really intrigues me because like a lot of people use that as like the canon backstory for the Joker.
It's not really a backstory
Hmm.
because it's like an unreliable narrator.
Well, I mean, that's the whole point of Joker's character is like his whole background shrouded in mystery.
It's just extraordinarily well written and well. I see. This is where it starts getting a little bit goofy. So, for the making of the movie, they re-released the comic, but for some reason, when they re-released it, um, so it was written by Alan Moore. The line art was made by I think it was Brian Bolland, but then
Yeah.
the the coloring was made by a third guy, and
Oh.
and he used like watercolor and stuff like that in order to paint the comic pages. But then
Hmm.
for the re-release, they got some other guy to do a really bad digital flat coloring of it.
Oh no.
So they got rid of all of the detail of like the colorist because the colorist added so much to the comic, and then boy, that digital one is not great. So if we were to read The Killing Joke, we would be reading like an original print.
I was gonna say, okay, is it the one? I mean, I could put it up on stream, but I don't know if it get copyright struck or not. But like, Because I'm looking at like a comparison right now where one on the left looks like neon coloring and the one on the right looks like it might be watercoloring. You know what? Actually, I could just send this to you. What
You
am I
could
doing?
just
Discord.
stream it or something. Yeah, you could just send it to me.
Is it which one is? Because I
So
feel
the
like the left
original
one's.
one is on the left, and then
Oh,
the one on the right is the recolor.
that's pretty bad. Yeah.
Is everything okay, baby? Oh, the cats. Okay, the cats are acting up.
Okay. That page looks pretty good, by the way.
It's getting there.
Yeah, man. Just a heads up, the elf arm. You missed the elf arm. Yeah,
What are you talking about? It was
it's right.
never.
She's right.
Hold on. All right. All right.
Right, man.
There we go.
She's like, that's gonna be a short right there.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
is Pasquinty Day, and I want to spend it with
Bend it with
you.
you.
Oh, it's Pasquinty Day.
Every day. Da, 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 da. I love that one video. I think it's the same video. It's like, smells good. What's cooking? You fat, repulsive fool. Haven't you heard? It's Pasquinty Day.
Get forward.
Then
I
it
gotta
gets.
go.
Then you eat it up. How does he rhyme? It's like, then you take a pool or something like that.
Fuck you. It is Pasquinty.
Pasquinty Day.
No one is gonna know what the fuck we're talking about, especially our friends and family. Once again, who did not make it to this part of the video.
I know one workmate who knows what I'm going to be talking about if he decides to listen to this far in.
Yeah, you know what? If you made it this far, I don't know. Next time you go to work, walk up to Adam and be like, "Oh, I've got cheese." That proves that you actually got that far.
The only problem is like because of how we're doing this video won't get uploaded until like 2 or 3 weeks later. So then by the time he says that, I'm just going to be like, "What are you talking about?"
You know the video. See, at least then it'll still be funny because you'll be like, "Oh yeah, I don't know what you're talking about."
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Wow, man, it really takes me back.
It's Pasquinty Day.
God, one of my favorite things ever is the thing that I hate. Hi, I'm an internet reviewer. Now you're probably wondering what my favorite movie is.
That
So anyway,
movie.
Star Wars. It's bad.
You ever wondered why movies are the way they are? Hi, I'm an irrelevant sack of shit, and I'm going to talk to you today about.
Hi, I'm a reviewer, and this movie hurt me so much that I actually started waving a gun around. Laugh, 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 you clowns.
uh, I miss the old days when like comedies had like laugh tracks. It's a dying form now.
I, I think, ironically, it's funny.
Well, yeah, because especially I think it's even funnier when you add it to stuff that's not funny.
Like 90% of Scooby Doo.
Yeah,
I think a lot of Scooby Doo becomes instantly funnier with the laugh track.
yeah.
Looks like I'm gonna eat a pie.
The one that's even better is when you take shows like Friends and you remove the laugh track and it becomes super awkward.
Yeah, because then it's like, "Hey there, guys. What are you doing here? I can't believe you would show your face after the taco incident."
It's nothing. It becomes like, God.
Yeah, and then fucking Jack Black comes out of nowhere. Chugga chugga. She-York and York, and then like everyone, it's just like silent.
Yeah.
It's
God.
it's silent, but everybody's popcorn is like flying all over the place, and they just like. I was gonna say something really mean, but I didn't do it.
Yeah, you know what? We need to ease people into these streams, and then eventually we'll just like the gloves will come off afterwards.
Yeah, once we have you, then we will indoctrinate you into our ideology.
Yeah.
And what
The
is that
dudes like talk.
ideology, you might ask? Well, it's very simple, old bean. I want to make this country greater again, and the way I'll do it is with popcorn.
I thought it popcorn, and you're gonna be watching an endless stream of Waterworld.
Yeah. And while listening to the song Popcorn.
Yeah.
I Chinese like water tortured myself with that song.
Yeah.
I just had it on loop, and then after like 6 hours of working, I realized that I was listening to the same song for 6 hours, and
Dude,
I was
I,
like, "Oh no!"
I feel bad for Soap because like every single time he like talks to me. Well, actually, no, I don't feel bad. Fuck him. No, no. But no, basically, whenever he's in a stream with me, he'll like watch me work, and all he hears is "Hi, I forces," the fucking Berserk song.
Hi,
I
forces.
forces. Domina.
Yeah, if you got the time and you got the inclination, and you should definitely watch the 1997 Berserk series. Um, what I would suggest is skipping episode one and never watching it,
Yeah,
or
that first
or
episode. Yeah,
skip episode one and then watch it last.
yeah.
That's actually the best way to do it.
I think they only did that because it was just how the manga started. But the problem is like it kind of sets up for something that just never gets continued.
I think if they had gotten another season, it would have been really cool. I think that Berserk is definitely one of those things that I think will never be adapted properly into something. And
Oh, 100%.
it has absolutely nothing to do with like the art style or like the I think it's just there is so much shit that you literally can't show in video in motion.
Well, yeah, because like I could give you a prime example. When I was playing that PS2 game, they do allude to the troll. That one scene with the trolls. They allude to it, and that's about it.
Yeah,
So it's just like,
there is
yeah, no,
so much stuff that you literally cannot show. Like the main character uh has an oopsie doodle with a gentleman of reputable dispute close to the beginning,
yep.
and that's one of those things like the fact that the comic is so shocking. I honest to god think that's one of the reasons why like it will never get a live action adaptation. There's absolutely no way you could do it.
It is like we can't like some people watching this probably don't know what Berserk is. Like we can't we can't like make it abundantly clear. It cannot be adapted.
Yeah, it's
Cannot be
dark.
adapted.
It's dark. It's like Game of Thrones, where there's a lot of like weird sexual mischievery and also like hyper turbo violence.
Yeah,
So it's
it,
just
it,
one of those things where you really can't.
it can't be done. It really, and you know what? Like, if any, but here's the thing. Like, it's hard to like recommend it because it's hard to sell people on it sometimes. But I do generally think that this is one of the best things I've ever read in my entire life.
Yeah. Notice how I said like things, not comics. One of the best things he's ever.
Yeah, like here's the thing. Like, let me put it to all like this: Berserk, not only is one of my favorite like comics, things, etc. This comic that we're making right now, like that Berserk, is what made me want to push myself to actually make something.
Yeah, because
That
when
that
you
like
when you see it, you're like, "Fuck, this is really good."
yeah. God, yeah, it's just God.
Yeah, we'll make that a series. We'll call it Let's Read Berserk. We'll get like 6 episodes in and then get destroyed by like Dark Horse Comics.
Yeah, but what we'll do is we're gonna dub over all the characters and have them be like the most inaccurate like voices that you could ever
Oh, we
do.
talked about that while we were reading it the first time. It wouldn't be funny if like Puck, the little magic fairy guy, was played by Christopher Walken.
Yeah, so like, God,
Gatsu,
you're go on.
Gatsu, why are you so angry? This
Yeah, yeah.
rage burning inside him. He's going berserk.
All this negative emotion, I can't take it.
Casca's played by Tim Curry.
You're nothing but a mad dog.
You're nothing but a mad dog. Bozo.
Didn't we also entertain the idea that like Guts would be the only normal person surrounded by weirdos?
Yeah, but like he's like he never shouts above like 4 decibels, so he'll just be like, "I'm really angry."
Well, he like stabs the executioner. Oh, what's that? Sorry, I can't hear what you're saying.
Oh,
And then
I'm
like he
sorry.
lets him fall.
I really can't understand what you're saying. Like he's just like passive aggressive in his anger.
Oh god, that'd be. Oh god, yeah, I really want to do it, but like the amount of time. Like, well, actually, no, fuck time. I'm a boy. I'm a big boy. We'll do it one day.
God, I love Berserk. It's just a good fucking book.
Yeah, this is the only manga, by the way, that I'm actually buying like. I don't really buy physical books because well, it's just a case of like I don't want to like fill my like house up with like more shit than it already has been. But I'm buying these like gigantic like black books of like Berserk, and I've already ordered like the 10th one, which is God knows when that's arriving. So
They're nice. I like those
they're
because
great, yeah,
they're in larger print too.
yeah,
I've seen the amount of YouTubers and other people online that I see that have like that book series on their shelf.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I always, every time I see a bookshelf, I just see the books on the shelf. I'm like,
Those
yes,
giant books with just the black binding with the turbo red text.
it's just an entire bookshelf dedicated to just Berserk.
Man.
Oh God, it's really sad too because I only got into the series after the author died too.
Yeah, well, at least it's not a dead series. It's getting made.
Yeah, yeah. I was going through one of our old Discord servers, and I did find the post where, like, I did find the post from like 2021 where our friend basically like mentioned that he died. I was like, God, if only I knew how important Berserk was back then.
Honestly, you know what the thing that really sucks though is that he died at like the plot's slow point,
Yeah, because
which is
the
the worst
image.
thing ever because like the whole plot right now, like you had a whole bunch of action, you had a lot of stuff going on, and then this is the part where the characters like wind down a little bit and learn things about themselves, and
Yeah,
then like little tiny plot things happen here and there, and it really is starting to get ready for like the final act of the entire comic. But the problem is he died during that time period, so like now the people that are picking up the comic where
yeah,
that guy left off, it's just they have to do so much setup.
yeah. It's oh
I do
God.
think that like this comic will have one of the most epic endings of all time.
I do think so. I will say though, God, I can't even imagine the existential dread that that group probably has because like I mean, God, like imagine that like you had to like fit in the shoes of that. Like the dread, I can't even imagine what it's like, the pressure.
Oh, that's like, Walt Disney dies and then you're sitting there with a company that's going bankrupt and you have absolutely no idea what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, well, luckily for
Yeah.
them, they have notes, but it's just like this artwork of Berserk. It's like it's that type of artwork where it's like God, the fact that a person drew this is insane. Which sounds funny given the world we live in now with all the computer stuff, but like there are times when like the way it's drawn, it almost looks like a photograph at times.
Dude, I don't think people know how insane Walt Disney was.
Yeah.
He had such a resentment for people that he wanted to make a future city where, like, everything was connected, but then also had like robot people in it,
Yeah.
to the point where he spent like, I think it was like hundreds of millions of dollars getting his engineers to make a robotic Abraham Lincoln.
It just occurred to me, this thing that you just mentioned to me. This sounds pretty similar to two games I play, which is Bioshock Infinite, as well as I think it's called Stubbs the Zombie of all things.
Yeah, it. I mean, the Andrew Ryan in Bioshock in general is based off of like three different billionaires.
Yeah.
That's the thing too, is like, adjusted for inflation, Walt Disney was a billionaire. Like, he had a lot of fucking money.
Yeah, he God. Yeah, he was a rich fucker. It still blows my mind when you show me that Vernon von Braun thing from Disney of all places.
Oh yeah, the German like Nazi rocket scientist who definitely did war crimes during World War II. And then
Yeah,
he's
and
just
he
on like, you see Walt Disney like stroll out. And he's like, this is the moon. The moon is like really far away and stuff. Like, to help me illustrate how we could get to it, here's Werner von Braun.
yeah, not only that too.
We will show you
He
how to get to the moon. Don't look at my giant scar on my cheek. I am a good boy.
But not only that too. The actual Disney documentary mentions how he helped make the V2 rocket. It's like,
During
huh?
during the Second World War, he helped develop the V2 rocket, and it's like, I was a bad boy, but now I want to get to the moon. I did it for the progress.
God, Vernon von Braun's my favorite Disney princess.
She's canon now.
She's canon.
She's canon now.
You, you know, I feel like that's something you won't see in Kingdom Hearts, but I will say, like, it. The what was it I was gonna say?
It's my
I do
favorite
remember
character, Von Braun Chan.
von Brown Chan. Yeah,
Yeah.
God forbid he became a Heartless, but like, but what I was gonna say was I do remember reading a line about his little deeds, and he denies that, like, because during those times you were kind of like forced to like be part of like the war machine, which I can believe that, but like he claims that he didn't believe in any of that stuff. I'm just like, okay, are you just saying that to save face, or are you being serious?
I mean, there's a possibility that he only went along with it in order to get funding to like make the rockets, because he did the same. And I think the proof is in the pudding for that, because this he did the same exact thing with the Americans once they
Right,
like
right.
took him in, because basically what he told the Americans was, yo dog, like the Russians, they're gonna have like rockets too, and they're gonna put like bombs in them. So if you put betterer rockets and betterer bombs together, like, you're gonna be super duper cool. Oh, by the way, some of this will go to the moon research,
Yeah.
because he just wanted to make rockets to go to space. But then it's like, how do I fund this? Who has a lot of money and like a lot of patience? I know.
Yeah.
Just the army. Yeah, you just like say, I could turn it into a bomb. We'll have 10 billion of them, thank you.
Yeah. God, World
I
War
think it was
Two. There's
for
no.
like one of the Iraq wars. America made like two like bunker buster bombs out of a they made it out of an artillery piece that they didn't use anymore. They just took the barrel and then converted it into a massive fuck off bomb, because they needed to like
Yeah.
destroy some kind of bunker. And they made the first one, tested it, and then the second one they just dropped. They just dropped it on the enemy, and it just. But yeah, no, they just repurposed an artillery cannon into a bomb.
That's that's pretty interesting.
They
You know,
basically
just
made a very, very large, expensive pipe bomb.
Huh.
You know, that's actually a thing that I hadn't thought about. You
Well,
would think that with all of the improvised weapons in Fallout, that there would be pipe bombs.
yeah, it's like the one thing they didn't do unless they wanted to avoid it because it's cliche.
That or I don't know, they don't want people replicating. But yeah, I mean, you can replicate the guns.
Yeah. Oh, I don't want to be that guy, but you forgot to strap on the guitar.
I am going to kill you.
It's
I
just it's only on the tail.
use my
Look,
fucking
look,
strap.
top right, top right.
My strap. My strap, Daniel. Where's me strap?
I want that strap on my desk by 5 o'clock.
I want pictures of the strap.
It's only going to be like the tail end of it. So
Gosh, Parker, you're a really good strap photographer. Now get out of my office.
what the strap on my guitar? You're fired. You got a gig coming up at 3 o'clock. Ah, well, okay, Parker, you're on fired.
Sir, you forgot to draw the strap yourself. Ah, Parker.
I like how no matter what universe, he always looks the same.
I really wish that in the newer movie, instead of him being bald, they put the hair on.
Yeah.
Because
I just find it funny that it's the same actor.
even the actor was like, "Are you sure?"
Yeah, that was kind of weird, but the fact that they still kept them. I mean, I'm just amazed the fact that it's still the same actor despite everything. So
Yeah, Simmons.
it also makes me laugh too how a little character development with that episode too is you can have it like hanging down like that. Oh, okay.
I'm gonna kill you.
I was gonna say, I said on the tail end, it's gonna just be over a shoulder. I mean, you know what? Whatever. It's just whatever, really.
It's well, it's there now.
Yep.
This is what you wanted.
It's all I ever wanted. I send a swarm, I send us.
I hate you.
Yeah. Darkness.
Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to a burrito at Taco Bell. And a burrito from
Hate.
Taco Bell leads to suffering.
Hate. Just play that fucking diarrhea, and you know what? No, we're not going to be that. We're not going to be that goofy. This is a family friendly stream today.
Yeah, we were talking about Chris Chan earlier. The whole that's the family discussion is gone. That's
You know, when we started recording these, I knew deep down that at some point we would have to touch upon him because it's just one of those things where if you're on the internet, you just have to talk about it.
well, it was super early, and I swear we'll never talk about him again. And then there's just a compilation 4 years from now that's like 10 hours long of us just talking about this goober.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Let's have a look. See.
Because all of the blank negative space, that's just going to be like made with color.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good, dude. Nice work,
Bethany.
Bethany.
Breath.
Oh my God! I gotta carry the fucking boar. I'm not doing that.
Get the bird to do it. I don't want to listen to her songs no more.
Yeah, she fucking sounds like shit.
Oh, the cute little goblin I am.
Yeah. You know, no joke. Sometimes I refer to her as a goblin by accident. To be fair, though, we could use that as an insult in the comic where it's like your mother was a goblin. She's like, she's right! She's right! I am a goblin! So.
Made it sound like somebody like tied to a bed, like, oh yeah, call me a goblin, daddy.
Why'd you have to make it like that?
You're the one who said it that way. My brain just interpolated it
Christ.
like an AI.
Your mind's in the gutter, my friend.
Yeah, well, no, it's not in the gutter. It's in the primordial soup.
But yeah, no, this has been great. I say it's been a good session. God, it's gonna be like probably 2 or 3 weeks by the time this one comes out.
Call me your goblin daddy.
Call me a goblin daddy. You are, you're green. I'm the gringo.
Show me, show me your hobgoblin.
I just remembered. I swear there's like a biscuit in the UK called Hobnobs. Yeah, there is. Actually, let me look that up. It's
Right, lad, show me your hobnob.
Hobnob. Yes, there is Hobnob biscuit.
That's the sound that they make at the end of like Star Wars. Oh boy, I'm melting.
What Hobnob?
Hobnob,
Oh,
got
oh yeah,
hobnob.
Hobnob. Da Hobnob.
Scop dop scoobity beep. Aritoski ba.
Yeah.
Schlub schlub. Pika. Oh, and then it like crescendos into like yo.